Today our second class in force and motion. Now regarding force, you have the idea. Now force is an agent whose action can cause what? Acceleration in a body. Whose action can cause a type of what? Acceleration, okay, in a body. Now suppose I have taken a body, say this mass is what? M, and you are applying force 5 Newton towards what? Right direction, and 12 Newton towards say left direction here. So now you see what is the net accelerating force? Net accelerating force 12 Newton and 5 Newton. 12 Newton and 5 Newton. How much? 7 Newton. So in this situation, we can say you are applying force 5 Newton in this direction, 12 Newton just opposite direction, and you are getting an accelerating force is what? 7 Newton. That means what? Sum of the force acting on the body is not 0. Sum of the force acting on the body is not 0, because so when the sum of the force acting on a body is not 0, then you can say it is what? Unbalanced force. Okay. In vector, say if the direction is say positive, so this will be what? Negative. Suppose this one is F1, so this is what? F2. Now F2 will be what? Minus of F1. F2 is what? Minus of F1, because F2 is opposite of F1. Similarly, F1 is what? Opposite of F2. So sum of the accelerating force you see. So here 12 Newton and 5 Newton is what? 7 Newton. So it is not 0. So this is what? Unbalanced force. So very simply you can say sum of the force acting on a body, if not 0, then it is unbalanced force. And here you see 6 Newton and say this is what? F1. This is what? F2. F2 is what? Minus F1 with opposite direction. Now here you see F1 plus F2. So what is F1? F1 is what? 6 Newton. So you can say F1 and F2 is what? Minus F1. F1 is what? 6 and 6, 0. Have you understood why I have taken F2 minus F1? Because F2 is what? Opposite of F1. So here the definition is what? If the sum of the force acting on the body is 0, then it is what? Unbalanced force. In this situation, there is no what? Motion on the body. And in this situation, the body undergoes some kind of displacement. And in this situation, there will be no displacement on the body, because the applied force is what? That is what? Balanced force. Understood or not? Now listen. Now come to our new topic, that is what? Galileo's experiment. Okay. Now see, here I have taken two inclined plane AB and CD and equal angle of inclination. And suppose if I release a ball from A to B, suppose this height is what? H. Okay. So we can see that the ball reached to a height what? To this inclined plane. So the ball covers some distance and maintaining the what? Same height. And distance also equal, because our angle of inclination of the two inclined plane is what? Same. Ball is allowed to fall, and it has found that ball also covers same distance and height is what? Same. In the second one, if I decrease the angle of inclination of CD, say decrease angle of inclination. So it was found that ball maintain the same height, but it will cover some more distance as compared to this one. As compared to this distance, this distance is what? Some more. Understood? Here, this inclined plane and this one inclined plane, but this inclined plane is what? Angle of inclination is small. So we have seen that the ball covers some distance, more distance, but maintaining the same height. Okay? And the third you see AB and inclined plane now what? Zero. This CD now get coincide. That is what? Zero angle of inclination. And it was found that when the ball released, it will move. Okay, it will cover what? More and more distance. Okay, more and more distance. So from this idea of force and motion, it helped Newton to describe three fundamental laws. Okay, in what? Force and motion. That is Newton's first law, Newton's second law, Newton's third law. You will get. Okay. Now come to. So what I have told from this experiment, Newton was the idea, and he had placed Newton's three laws of motion. Okay. So before coming to the Newton's first law, you have to know about inertia. The inertia means what? Suppose I am standing here. So why I am standing here? Because I have some property, inherent property, that is existing property, permanent property. Because of that property I am standing here. I can move straight line. I can walk on a straight line. Why? Because I have some kind of property. That property is called what? Inertia. Inertia is nothing but you can say tendency of your body to remain at rest or in uniform motion. Or you can say inertia is the property of your body by virtue of which it opposes any change in its state of rest or uniform motion. Okay, suppose I am standing here, inertia not allow me to move. I am in motion, inertia not allow me to what? Change my direction. Okay. So inertia is the property of a body by virtue of which it opposes any change in its state of rest or uniform motion. Or you can say tendency of a body to remain at rest or in what? Motion. That is called inertia. After inertia, you have to come in this topic that is called law of inertia. Law of inertia. And that is called Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law. Okay, you will get the notes. Now, listen to it. I am standing here. How long I can stand here? Until and unless some kind of force not applied on me. I am walking on the straight road, on a straight path. How long I can move straight path? Until and unless I am not changing my direction. So when I want to change my direction, so you can stand at a particular position and you can move in a particular direction. Okay, until and unless some kind of force are not applied on you or on the body. So simply, Newton's first law is what? Every object continue to remain at rest. Listen, every object continue to remain at rest or in what? Uniform motion, unless compelled by some kind of what? External force, or you can say unbalanced force. Now here you have to apply unbalanced force. You can't apply balanced force because if you apply balanced force, there will be no displacement. Every object continue to be in rest or in what? Motion, unless compelled by some what? Unbalanced force or external force. That is called Newton's what? First law, or you can say law of inertia. Okay. So now come to inertia, types of inertia, inertia of rest, inertia of motion and inertia of direction. Today only you will get the definition. In my next class you will get example based on rest, motion and direction, and same time I will give you notes. Inertia of rest is what? The inherent property of a body. Inherent means what? That is what? Permanent property, existing property. Inherent property of a body by virtue of which it cannot change its what? State of rest. It cannot change its state of rest. Inherent property of a body by virtue of which it cannot change its state of rest. Or you can say tendency of a body to remain at rest. Inherent inertia of motion, again same definition. The inherent property of a body, okay, by virtue of which it cannot change its state of motion. The inherent property of a body by virtue of which it cannot change its state of motion. Previous one is state of rest, second one is state of motion. And shortcut you can say tendency of a body to remain in one motion. And inertia of direction, the inherent property of a body by virtue of which it cannot change its what? Direction. First one is cannot change its state of rest. Second one is cannot change its state of what? Motion. And third one is cannot change its state of reaction. Okay? That's all for today.